Hi everyone, I'm Cynthia Patnaud, sexologist and youth program coordinator for the Missing Children's Network. In this video, we will address gender stereotype. So gender stereotype is actually a context that has been there for many, many years, and it was especially strong in the 1950s, where the role of women and men were really strict. So we saw men who were providing, so they were working, they were not showing emotion, and as for the women, they had to be a great support, to take care of the kids, to clean the house, to actually cooking food, and make sure that they will always presenting themselves well for their husband when they would get from home. It can also be associated with pink for girls, blue for guys, Barbie dolls for girls, cars and trucks for guys. So it's actually, we encourage you to help your kids develop their strength and their talent regardless of their gender. If they are good in something, we should actually encourage them to pursue their goals, whether it's something that the society is not recommending as feminine or masculine. It's not important. What is important is that we are there to support them. In order to better demonstrate what I'm saying, I've asked two people to talk to you about their own experience as working in non-gender stereotyped work. So I leave you in the good hands of Rocco and Nadine, and I will see you right after.
Hi everyone, Spiritual Care and Guidance and Community Involvement Animator Rocco Speranza with English Mutual School Board. Being an employee with English Mutual School Board for over 17 years and having worked with children and students in the education system for close to 25 years, one would say that it's not a typical employment. Normally when you think of teachers or educators in elementary schools, you'll think of a female. But being a male in an education system is sort of rare. I've worked in many elementary schools, and normally you could count 2 to 3 teachers, male adults, on your hands, and it might even include the caretaker, specialist, and phys ed teacher. I've worked in the system for many years, like I said, and it's always a joy to be able to work with students of varied ages from kindergarten all the way to secondary 5. When you get to the higher levels of high school, you tend to find more male teachers, which is sort of a norm, but still they're a minority. Also, one may think that growing up in Italian culture for many years as a child, we look at my parents and they too did not hold typical gender stereotypical roles. My mom was not one to stay at home. She held a job as well as a seamstress. And my dad worked as a blue-collar worker for the city of Montreal. You think that the jobs may be stereotypical, but my dad actually helped out around the house as well and helped take care of the children as we were growing up. One thing about my mom is that she was a seamstress, and we were home from school. She'd sort of babysit us, and we picked up the skill of sewing. And I recall, and I tell my children often, that growing up as a child, we'd play with our dolls, or action figures as we called them back then, and we'd sew them costumes and outfits. So at about the age of 5 or 6, I learned how to sew, and I actually cut out patterns on fabric and sew out the outfits for my Superman and Batman action figures. And when I tell my friends this, they sort of laugh and make fun of me, saying, well, that's not a skill, and it's typically for girls or young women to learn how to do. But growing up and sort of today, my parents always encouraged me to learn many skills. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. You can learn to sew, you can learn to cook, you can clean. And we think about stereotypical employment. I mean, growing up as a child, we actually referred to police officers as policeman, and there was a fireman. But today it's police officer, firefighter, nurse, could be male or female too. So it's very important that we encourage our children to choose their own path. And as parents, we support them to do what they like. And if you are female and you choose to be a nurse, that's okay. If you want to be a teacher, that's okay too. If you like to be an engineer, you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, that's excellent. But you get to choose your own path. Thank you very much.
Hi guys, my name is Nadine, and I work as a senior light technician in a very big box called Solotech. It's Montreal-based company and it's worldwide. Basically, I'm the eyes and I'm the brains behind an electrical installation when you go see a show. For example, whatever show you've seen at Centre Bell, Bell Center, Osheaga Festival, and places like that. Because I have knowledge that many other people do not have, since I am specialized. I did have support from my parents. Maybe not the support I was expecting, but still they are really proud of what I'm doing right now. Lately, my dad has been posting things from one of the tour I did a few years ago, and that's a really proud dad. It is not that common for a woman to be in that field, especially when they have to lead crews and do micro reparation and do micromanaging. That's basically still really manly in that field, because you have to lift heavy fixtures and pull heavy cables and stuff like that. So the good news is it's becoming more and more common that women are doing that job, because we have the attention to the little details that, and mentality are changing a lot in this industry, because it used to be really more men's doing that kind of job, because like I said earlier, it's heavy weights that you have to pull. There's a lot of things. If you want to have a family, it's a little bit harder. You have to stay a little bit more local, but with the help of your significant other, I'm quite sure that other women can still tour after. In my opinion, you'll always have to work a little bit more, and because you have to prove yourself as an individual and you have to prove yourself as a woman. But thankfully, the younger generation with whom I'm working with are getting past that old thought of men are stronger and or better than women. For myself, I'm really happy because I had the chance to tour around the States, and I see all kind of people, and the more you see those people, the less judgmental you become. So it makes you grow as a human being, and that's it. I love my job. I love being an ME, a master electric. It's always a great pleasure to work with those guys and those gals. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Rocco and Nadine, for these great examples, saying that it's possible to actually do a work that is not gender stereotyped in society and still be happy with it. And when we're talking about gender stereotype, it's not to put the blame on anybody. So it's normal that sometimes we want our daughter to wear pink and our son to wear blue, and it's okay. It's just really encouraging those kids to really develop their strength regardless of their gender, and just do what makes them happy and be there to support them and encourage them. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you on the next video.